Greetings. I just wanted to give a brief report on my mission trip to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When you are visiting your homeland, it is expected of you to send a barrel before you visit or bring some items to distribute to a few family members and friends. That was my intention, but God had other plans. You see, God asked me to sow seed, a financial seed, so I can purchase food and other supplies for some students who needed help over the summer break. I thought I would get enough money to purchase food for 25 students. Again, my plan, not God's plan. Not knowing the extent of God's plan, as money started to come in, my wife and I went out shopping. Before June 30th, we were able to purchase over 4,000 pounds of food, toiletries, and school supplies. Let me say that again, over 4,000 pounds. The mission to feed a few went from 25 students to over 65 families. To ship over 4,000 pounds of supplies to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we had to travel from Virginia to New York City, where God had already lined up Standard Caribbean Shipping as our shipping agent to St. Vincent. We got a very nice discounted rate to ship the items. And not only that, several members of SAMPASA North America, which is St. Martin's Secondary School Past Student Association, they came out and they packed 8 commercial bins to be shipped to St. Martin's Secondary School. Because they shipped the items to a school, the Minister of Education allowed the items to be picked up from the port duty-free. We did not pay a cent for the packages to be cleared. The bins were so heavy to be removed from the transport truck that the Principal Gibson of St. Martin's Secondary School and some of his staff, they had to unload the items from the school ground and store them in one of the science laboratories. The mission team from the USA traveled to St. Vincent, and on July 5th, we went to St. Martin's Secondary School to pack the items into boxes and bags. With the help of St. Martin's Secondary School staff, the teachers and some of the students and some members of SAMPASA, we packed over 40 boxes and 135 bags of toiletries and school supplies. Principal Gibson wanted us to meet and visit the students who will be getting the love packages. So on Thursday, July 6th, Principal Gibson and 2 other teachers packed up their personal vehicles with bags and boxes and allowed the mission team from the United States to drive along with them to the homes of the students living on the windward side of the island. Our hearts were moved with compassion when we saw the homes and the living conditions of most of the students. We repeated the process again on Friday by traveling to the leeward side of the island. Also on that Friday, July 7th, the Minister of Education, he came to St. Martin's Secondary School and personally packed up to 60 bags for 20 families within the constituency of West St. George. Some senior students at St. Martin's Secondary School, they helped the Minister of Education pack his SUV, and they were honored to take pictures with him. On July 12th, we traveled to the beautiful island of Piquet, where the counselor, Mrs. Tibbles, arranged for the families of 3 students to receive packages. What a blessing that was. We ended the mission to St. Vincent and the Grenadines on July 16th by going to Calvary Baptist Church and giving God thanks for his successful journey. After preaching the word of God, we distributed 15 bags of supplies to 5 families. Many thanks to MOBC Mission Ministry, the Reverend Dr. McBarrow, who walked with me the entire process. Minister Carlos, a food bank for the generous contribution. SAMPASA in North America. Rosemary Thyme Restaurant, Miss Carlita Fisal, and Copperstone Inn Restaurant, compliments of Enoch Bacchus, a past student. Principal Gibson and his dedicated staff, friends, and individual members of Mount Olive Baptist Church for their generous and loving contributions. May God continue to bless you as you bless others. Looking forward to how God will use you again in the next year. To God be the glory.